Good afternoon, my good people. What's up, bros, hoes, and people I don't know? This is Where is Gucci Mane, and we're back for another video. I'm sure you can tell my energy is way better in this video than the last one because I was so tired, you guys. I was so tired. Um, Anywho, I wanted to do this video because it has been bothering me for years when I would see black men who are supposed to be straight. So again, listen to what I'm saying. Black men who are supposed to be straight in what we call the dress. It's always been talked about now since Kid Cudi and Russell Westbrook wore a dress. It kind of went back viral. People are talking about it again, black men wearing these dresses and stuff like that. So I'm like, why not? I just go ahead and talk about it. I want to talk about how it's been going on for centuries. Kid Cudi and Russell Westbrook are not the first black men to wear a dress, and they won't be the last, unfortunately. From my understanding, this all kind of started. The subject is black men, straight black men in dresses, not gay. We're referring to straight black men in dresses and the damage that it does cause to our community. So, from my understanding, I'm not going to say it originated with Flip Wilson, but I do know it kind of got popularized with Flip Wilson. And I'm going to show you guys who that is. This is Flip Wilson. If you see right here, he has his wig on. He's an actor. Mind you, he was married. I believe he was married a few times to different women. So he wasn't a gay male. This was not a gay male in a dress. This was a straight man in a dress. This is a detriment to our community because representation matters. Placement matters. That's why a lot of these black men are speaking up against Lil Nas X, because people are trying to make it about him being gay. And then he panders to that, and it's working because, again, like I've expressed, right now is a time where a lot of gay people are happy that they're seeing representation for the gay cause in mainstream media. So regardless if it's good or bad, they're just happy to see somebody gay doing something and getting shine for it when it's a detriment to your blackness. Because as I always state, before you are gay, before you are Christian, before you're a Republican or Democrat, before you Hindu or Jew, you are black first. All of these small subsidiary groups were caused to make divide. They were made just to create this divide amongst our community, and it is still working to this day. So I just wanted to show you guys where I kind of remember hearing about the straight black men in a dress. And then we're going to kind of go on into a few other things. I wanted to also mention Kenan and Kel came to my mind because I remember when Kenan and Kel was in a dress when they were younger. And it's interesting to me, I always thought that Kel would be the one that they wanted because Kel was the funny one for real, if you remember. But it was Kenan, so that led me to believe Kenan was the one that was willing to get down and really play with him as an adult. That's what happens when those celebrities, especially those childhood stars, you see them quote unquote falling off. They don't want to play ball anymore, even though they're going to eventually, unfortunately, be forced to. The ones that they prop up, like Kenan, how he's on SNL and stuff like that, like a Lil Nas, like all these other people, those are the ones that are playing ball, doing what they want them to do. And before, I'm going to go back a little bit, because before I get into the black men in the dresses, I think I want to talk about the white actors in the dresses first, because it's interesting to me. It is. When I went back, I did a list, and I apologize, I don't know where I put it, but I did a list of all the white actors who were straight, who were in dresses, like a Robin Williams and Mrs. Doubtfire. Who was it? Tom Cruise. It's a lot of white male actors that cross-dress, because really that's what it is. It's cross-dressing. And it's crazy because when the white actors do it, it isn't as magnified as when the black actors do it. It isn't as magnified for some reason. I don't understand why, but when the black actors do it, it really hurts us because again, they're teaching us that we're the minority, right? The blacks are the minorities according to society. So now it's teaching us that hey, you could wear a dress too. It's okay. They're trying to blur these gender lines. Just like with the fingernail polish. Straight black men do not wear fingernail polish. What they're trying to do is to get you guys into this European state of mind, which is the rock and roll, the nail polish, the demonic energy. If you notice, a lot of these artists, they look demonic in the face now. You could tell that there's a trance or they're under some type of spell or something. You could tell in the eyes what's going on. And they're using these agendas to push that, which is unfortunate. See, right now when I put in black men in a dress, they do pull up, I believe his name is like Billy Porter, but he's not a straight black man. He is a gay black man. So, respectfully, people would stereotypically expect a gay black man to be in a dress more so than a straight black man. So, it wouldn't hurt as bad, but it's still the imagery of a black man in a dress, nonetheless, because you could be straight, you could be gay and not be into wearing dresses. As you see, of course, Tyler Perry. Y'all all know Tyler Perry, Madea in the dress. But I remember when it first kind of started, when they was wearing them skirts. I'll never forget this picture of A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky was in this dress. I'll never forget it years ago. And that's kind of when people started kind of paying attention to it. I remember this. This is one of those old pick stitches somebody made from years ago. And they had Diddy in the skirt. They had Ocho Cinco. I can't remember his name. Now, again, here's Martin Lawrence. Now, you guys know Martin Lawrence. He's been wearing the dress for years. Even though, I have to say, out of all the black men in dresses, Martin Lawrence was one of the more funnier ones, but it still was a detriment. The depiction that they do it's also crazy because if you pay attention, they never really depict the black woman in a good light. They're always a Shaniqua, a Shanae, always this ghetto role. It's never even like they're dressing them up and then they're just regal, classy black woman. It's always a hood chick. As you see her as Kevin Hart, Eddie Murphy, you know, Shawn and Marlon Wayans and white chicks, Wesley Snipes. There's so many black men. So I want to get into the topic of what everybody had going on. So back in the day, it was an NBA player named Larry Johnson, and I guess right here I guess this is where Tyler Perry got his influence from, and this was in the 90s. They had Larry Johnson in a dress. I posted this March 15, 2018. In the 90s, they had been doing it. I remember, I think his name was like Grandmama or something like that. I don't understand what's funny or entertaining about it, but the emasculation of black men is funny to the higher reps, and it also again it sends a message like, oh, we cool with that, we like that, they love that, they love to see the black man embarrassed. Y'all don't understand. It does something to promote this type of energy out to the masses. So I want you guys to hear what Cat Williams had to say about the dress.
It's the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them. Nobody likes them. End quote.
We all love Dave Chappelle.
Exactly. Dave Chappelle has never been a part of the Illuminati. They don't want him or me or people like us.
Yeah.
But now it's not necessary for us to stir up that hornet's nest unless we intend to get stung 1,000,000 times. I didn't understand that. They had to sting me 1,000,000 times. I'm still not going to join, but I respect it a little more. Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati,
hold on, my bad. I gotta find the clip where he tell him about that dress. Hold on, I'm gonna show you what Brandon T. Jackson said. I got a
conversation about that. Did you get like slack when you wore the dress at that moment?
It was like wasn't slack from people. Only Cat Williams. Cat Williams was trying.
This is from Comedy Hype, by the way. I got this from Comedy Hype.
I always say, Brandon don't wear a dress. Was trying to always say, Brandon don't wear a dress.
He called you, or is this?
No, he was saying it in the media, so I thought he was heckling me. He was really trying to help me at the time. I didn't know that. I was immature.
Right.
I feel like, dang, why I'm trying to make it. Why you bashing me? And then he was trying to warn me, don't get in the dress. So the awakened Brandon, you couldn't pay him $1 trillion to get in the dress.
Yeah. Was there like
So I remember, and if you guys, we can go look it up. Years ago, it was a whole thing out in the media about Cat Williams and Brandon T. Jackson and this dress, right? I just want to show you guys so you guys can always see that I don't just make stuff up. Because I remember that. Comedian Brandon T. Jackson sends fighting words to Cat Williams. Remember, this was like in 2013 when Cat Williams kept trying to tell him, don't wear that dress. He kept telling him, do not wear that dress. And he did it anyway because he wanted to work with Martin, and then it ended up backfiring.
Guy in a dress. And it's two answers. First,
this is Black Tree TV.
Thanks for that softball question. It's two answers. First of all, let's be very, very clear. It is possible that there isn't anything funnier than a guy in a dress.
Period.
And if that's the case, then it might also be said that there's nothing funnier than a black guy in a dress. Okay, well, I watched all of my friends throughout my entire life be able to dunk a basketball, but not me. So everybody can't do everything. So, some of us make choices. I think it's not a biggest choice for others. I'm saying at the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now we have Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Medea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next. Okay. Some of us are against the Illuminati.
So that was the clip. You see, was going into the clip I started to play. And I did agree with Cat Williams, like when everybody was going in on Kevin Hart because he had wore that dress, even though he did kiss the rock. Everybody was going in on Kevin Hart about this when he was on SNL wearing the dress, but it's like he wasn't the first black man to wear a dress. Like I said, he won't be the last. This is a tactic also to let them know that you down. Like you're willing to do whatever for this dollar bill, this fame, and this popularity, which is sad. Then also, when everybody was talking about Kid Cudi, I'm like, Kid Cudi, for some reason it won't load. I'm like, Kid Cudi just was on SNL wearing a dress a couple months ago. So I'm just like, why are we tripping out about Kid Cudi wearing this dress when he just was on SNL wearing a dress months ago, literally? As you can see right here. So I'm just like, okay. Because I remember what I said was, I know I just told him something about Easter was over because I said it was an ugly Easter dress. Oh, they said Kid Cudi and Coco Cobain had their ugly floral dresses on. And that's interesting how his eye makeup is like that because Kid Cudi eye makeup was like that too in this newer picture of him with his dress on. Then everybody really had an issue. They was talking about Russell Westbrook. And I'm like, his fashions, he been giving this for a long time. Russell Westbrook been, I already saw this coming with him, so I didn't understand why everybody was so shocked or whatever. But again, people are like, oh my gosh, you're supposed to be a straight black man. Why are you in a dress? As you can see, this is Nick Cannon right here. This is Kenan Thompson and the singer Maya. This picture I have because all of these men, excluding Dave Chappelle, wore a dress. All of these men, Chris Rock, Chris Tucker, Kevin Hart, all these are black straight men that all wore dresses, excluding Dave Chappelle. This is Snoop Dogg's son. It's crazy how nothing is loading for me. I hate when this happens. I'm probably going to redo this video, but I'm going to keep it up for now. But y'all can still see the picture right here. That's Snoop Dogg's son wearing a dress. I just need you guys to understand that how can I put this? Playing with your sexuality, playing with saying, hey, I'm straight, but I can do this, this, and this. It's a reason that I'm a woman, you're a man. It's a reason. Everything is made by design. Whether you believe it or not, everything happens for a reason. Right now, they're trying to play with us mentally. That's how I look at it. I look at it like a mental game because it's just no way possible you could tell me as a woman that a straight man is going to wear a purse, a dress, nail polish. These straight men are looking more feminine and more feminine as the days go on, and then the women are getting more masculine and more masculine as the days on, and that's all about design, to be honest with you. Also, I wanted to talk about a couple things because a couple of people have been speaking on this. A couple of straight black men in the industry have been speaking on these dudes wearing dresses, and the people don't like it, y'all. The people are upset. The people are saying how why are straight men in their business, all that type of stuff. I agree with the men. I agree with the Lil Boosies and the Waka Flockas and the Kwame Browns. No straight man is wearing a dress. Period. No straight man is wearing a dress. So I'm going to show you guys what Waka Flocka said. Then I'm going to show you also what Kwame Brown said. This is from the Neighborhood Talk.
I don't do nothing about nobody. I'll just be protecting the future of my young black men. Why the fuck only our coach is the only guy putting on this, doing that? And no, I'm not talking about anybody. No, I don't care what anybody's dressing like. No, I don't. But when you guys do shit like this, please explain why. Because there's thousands of kids doing it. Thousands, millions. Clown, I don't do nothing.
So basically, academics, I think, reposted what the Neighborhood Talk said. Academics posted it. Kid Cudi at the Met Gala, and then Waka Flocka said blood burnt out, and then Soulja Boy said shaking my head. And then here's Milan Christopher. He's a gay, openly gay male, but again, a lot of times you guys don't stick to the subject. Here we go talking about selling drugs. What about your songs about selling drugs? What does that have to do with the topic of him discussing black men who are supposed to be straight wearing dresses? Him rapping about selling drugs and killing nobody. Let's stick with the topic, which is straight black men wearing dresses. What is the reasoning? No one wants to discuss the real reason they're doing it. They're doing it because they're being controlled, and they have to do it in order to maintain their line in the belly of the beast, as Patrice O'Neal would say. In order for you to keep looking like you're rich in this industry, it's things that you have to do. And wearing the dress for a lot of these black men is one of them. Then I wanted to show you guys, let's see, what Kwame Brown had to say. It's just all interesting to me how now it's a topic of discussion when niggas been getting put in the dress for a long time. Also, it was so crazy to me because Kwame Brown had went live, right? and he titled the video, Lil Nas says, F your kids, but wait, isn't he remaking the Proud Family movie? And that was interesting to me when he titled it that, because literally earlier we was on live and I was talking about the Nikita Dragon situation versus Asian Doll, my very first video. I deleted it, but I played the clip, and I'll play it now, why not, from the Breakfast Club where he says F the kids, right?
Do you feel the pressure of, I see it all the time, parents will be like, you know, you have a responsibility because kids are watching. You hear that? Cardi B had that same problem. Raise your own kids.
I feel like I used to, but now it's just like, so? Like fuck your kids. Not like fuck your kids.
That's exactly what you just said.
but like,
You just gave them another headline, Montero. Okay? What agenda is that? The fuck your kids agenda?
It's like, we really get one chance to do this, at least to my knowledge. I don't know, like, what happens when we die or whatnot. So it's like, I'm not like about to pander to your kids or you. Like,
do you feel the pressure?
But you are pandering to the children, Little Plant. Let me tell you something, Little Plant. You are pandering to the children, Little Plant. Even when you guys like a Cardi B, like a Lizzo. Cardi B and Lizzo did that video, Rumors, right? That video looks childlike. It looks like the childhood cartoon I used to watch called Hercules. It's a whole cartoon. Kids like cartoons. You guys are pandering to them with these bright colors, ice cream, lollipops. Y'all remember when Fifi, it looked childlike. What's his name? The other plant, 6ix9ine. It looked childlike. You are catering. You are pandering to children. Whether you want to admit it or not, you definitely are by the imagery you're showing. Right here. See, look, here goes something else. Here they go again. You see them. Even the symbolism in this. This is a daggone ad. Lil Nas, Normani, Lizzo, and more join the Proud Family revival. Lil Nas is in it. Why are you in a child cartoon? But you literally said you're not pandering to children, but everything you do is childlike. Your imagery is childlike. You act like a child, to be honest. For me, and this is a fact. This is definitely a fact. I'm gonna see if I can pull this up right now. Kevin Hart definitely did say he would never wear a dress. But we have to talk about Kevin Hart because ever since that accident happened, and I can't remember did he wear the dress before or after the accident. I do apologize, but I definitely remember seeing an interview with Kevin Hart say he would never wear a dress. I definitely remember that. Let me find it. Here we go. Found it.
All right, so I'm here. And Kevin Hart, I mean, to say that this has been a big year for you is really an understatement.
So this is from 2012.
Really was last year's Laugh in My Pain tour. Like a Man coming out the same weekend. What do you think about?
Look, somebody in the comments 8 years ago said they got him, y'all.
Comedies. And will we ever see you in like a thriller or as a
Thank
superhero?
you for the timestamp. 6:35.
See that it's actually like in reach. That's what keeps me going.
Dave Chappelle, another great comedian, said that, you know, in the industry they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts, and is there something that, you know, you wouldn't do, you know, for
Period time since we clipped.
Definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress.
Because you wasn't that higher up yet. That's why you didn't run out. You only run into that when you reach a certain level, and he had reached that level. When you reach that level where you have popularity, where you have the people, because it's all about the power that you have on people. When you have that popularity and the money to equate, that is when they're going to approach you about that, because it's like, hey, he could change some things if he wanted to, because a lot of people like this guy,
I mean,
naturally.
You have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. You know, for me, I know what they are. They've yet to been challenged, so, you know, I don't have to speak on them. I was asked to dribble a basketball on a talk show this morning. I said no to that. Not that was a dress, but I was like, no, it looks stupid. You know, at the end of the day, you got to know that you're a brand. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times.
Remember Kevin Hart said this
that can possibly affect your brand
8 years ago.
Your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So, protecting my brand is definitely a priority.
All right, brother, I appreciate it all the
So
time.
that was in 2012, right? Protecting your brand is your priority. You basically said you would say no, right? Okay. That's kind of loud. Again, this is Black Tree TV. Black Tree TV, you've been on point, Black Tree TV. So this is a year later then, because this was just 2012, right? So this is a year later you was in the dress.
Life is until you call your friends to go out. And on that night, none of your friends are available because they're out with their women. That's when reality hits you. Yo, what up, boy? What you trying to do tonight? Oh, man, I ain't doing nothing. It's Cupcake Tuesdays. Me and my lady, we make cupcakes.
How did you pull yourself out of that?
How did I pull myself out?
That you.
Hey, don't be mad at me because you ain't got no bowling lip. What?
I kind of feel like.
Nice hat, Mom.
I appreciate it. Kind of wrinkled. We ain't gonna talk about that. I was sitting on it, but I feel like we kind of kindred spirits because I read that you started off working at a shoe store.
Mm-hmm.
Blah, blah, blah.
I had a firm love for us. I dealt with the real wonder, the real runners, the real walk. I was kind of in and out. My dad left, comedy left. Now my mom was different. My mom liked clean comedy. So my mom was more of a Bill Cosby, Sinbad fan. But then my dad came back around. Then my dad was Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor. People did.
I'm trying to timestamp it, y'all.
Bet money you kill yourself tonight. Like, you know.
Perform marketably less than Think Like a Man. Did it irk you at all?
No, man. I'm a firm believer that everything in the business happens for a reason. You can.
No, I haven't seen the video.
Get an attitude and cry over spoiled milk, or you return.
Wearing dresses.
Okay, I got right to the y'all.
This theme going around in the black community about black comedians wearing dresses. You went on SNL and did the Provision A, caught some flack for it. Do you feel like it's unfair that black comedians might have to answer for stuff that like Robin Harris doesn't have to answer for?
No, you know what? I was actually one of those comedians that said, "No, I wouldn't wear a dress. There's no way."
We just
I
played
would wear
it.
a dress, and then when proposed with the opportunity of what I felt was funny, I said, "Oh, that's funny. I'm gonna do it." Oh, Kawan's name is relevant. Yeah, that's funny. She's smart.
But it wasn't funny. Like Cat Williams said, I'm sure it's nothing funnier than the black man in the dress, right? Like, come on, it wasn't funny.
I can do the whole thing. It'll be funny. I think now, knowing about the opportunities that can be thrown at you, it's all about choice. Nobody makes you do anything.
Right.
Nobody says this is what you got to do. This is the only way that you're going to do it. Nobody made
Pay attention to that. No one forces you. So these people are doing this voluntarily in a sense because no one's putting a gun to their head. But the thing is, if they don't, you can't tell them no. See, that's the playoff, and that's what the higher ups tell you. Hey, not forcing you to, but I'm just saying, it's up to you. Like, if you don't, you're not going to be in the same position that you were in before because you didn't wear that dress like I told you to. That's how that works. But they don't force you. So he really explained it perfectly here.
Dress in Big Mama's house. Nobody made Tyler Perry put on the dress as Madea. Nobody made Jamie Foxx put on the dress as Wanda. And nobody made Martin do it as Shanae. It was a choice.
Right.
And on Saturday Night Live, it was a choice that I made. So I think it's all about your pick of what's funny to you and what you feel.
Right, y'all they got you doing it willingly. So when it all comes back, hey, we didn't force you to do it though, but you knew that if you didn't, you would lose your place in that belly of the beast.
I have an understand, but from the outside looking in, you always go, "Oh, I ain't gonna do it. Ain't no way.
No,
why I gotta do it? I ain't gonna compromise myself for what? I am who I am." But then you're in a movie, and then it calls for a funny scene. Hey, what if you went in this way? And it was actually funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
So why can't you just go get a funny woman to do it, right? Why can't you just go get a funny woman to do it, right? Wouldn't that make sense? There are funny women, right? That's the point. You could go get a woman to be funny. You don't need a woman to dress up like a man or a man to dress like a woman. That's what I'm telling y'all. It's an emasculation tactic. It's to make our men look weaker. Also, it's to make our children feel this is okay. I just couldn't believe. You see how in a year's time Kevin Hart went from saying one thing and then doing another? That's what happens, man. It's just crazy to me. Like all the... This one really sent me though. I'm going to show you guys this. And I thought I had it on here, but I don't. I'm sorry. When Ricky Williams posed for ESPN and he wore that wedding dress, with the Caucasian male, it was a horrible, again, placement matters, right? Isn't this important? This is important for your little black son or your little black daughter to see this grown, buff, built, straight man. Because mind you, this isn't a gay man. Again, I'm talking about straight black men in dresses. Placement matters, you guys. I know a lot of you, for people that are in LGBTQ, I'm never coming at nobody with hatred. Everything I say is with love, but I need my black LGBTQ to wake up. I really do. I really need y'all to understand this is bigger than who y'all lay with in the bed. It's not, it has nothing to, don't nobody care who you fucking. It's all about your plight being used. They've been using your plight for years to tug on your heartstrings because most, you know, and I want to have that real conversation one day with someone, about how the truth about how some LGBTQ, I don't even want, we'll go into that discussion another day. I'm gonna make another video for that. I'm gonna skip to this subject, which is these straight black men in these dresses. My thing is this: what does it do? What value does it give our community? That's what I want to know. Please let me know what value seeing this black man in this dress gives to the black community or to the young black boys and the young black girls. It does nothing. People are defending it, but what does it do? We're gonna talk about Kevin. We're definitely gonna do a Kevin Hart video because it has to be addressed. People didn't talk about that accident. People are leaving it alone like it didn't happen. Yeah, I did see that where they had him in tutus on Big Brother. It's just really disappointing, you guys. It's really disappointing. I'm probably going to do a part 2 to this video. Oh, yeah, I forgot about their favorite, Dennis Rodman. I remember they used to love, oh my gosh, they used to love Dennis Rodman. Them called, oh my gosh, they loved when Dennis Rodman used to wear that dress. Oh my gosh. I just wanted to talk about the, oh yeah, let me show you guys what Kwame Brown said real quick. And then after that, I'm going to end this video. I'm going to try to do a video real quick on Fat Joe. We're going to start our Ghetto Latina series. Volume 1 is going to be Fat Ho, because you heard him call them little, I guess, Visa and Little Mo. People feel he was referring to them or whatever women Ja Rule had in his Murder Inc. camp as bitches. And you got to find them at the crack house. Child, but ain't Fat Ho the one that said Cat Williams would look good with a white girl, and Cat Williams said no, I wouldn't? Wasn't that Fat Ho? Wasn't that Fat Ho?
Peacock is streaming, and it's free. TV, movies, sports.
Videos. So that's what we're talking about, sir. None of the things that you care to mention. You want to talk about black people and gay people. And sir, if you're a heterosexual man, you do not wear dresses. I don't know what's mentioned. You want to talk about black people and gay people. And sir, if you're a heterosexual man, you do not wear dresses. I don't know what's so offensive about that. I don't get it. And I understand why. I understand why you didn't understand what was going on with the situation, because Capone, I know why you said that, because you didn't wear a dress, or you wore a dress in a movie, I heard. That's what I heard, sir. I heard you wore a dress in a movie.
And I want you to notice the men that do wear dresses, those are the men that are always in pretty good positions, the one that are willing to give their masculinity up and wear a dress. I'm sorry, straight black men do not wear dresses and carry purses, you guys. I saw something where they were talking about LeBron was carrying a purse. Straight black men, straight men period, not even just, but again, you guys know I'm black, so in reference to what I see, straight black men don't wear dresses. But you guys, even these older guys,
movie.
oh no, for sure.
So if that's the case, I understand why
I think
you might have thought the way.
I'm not gonna say Kwame's a distraction per se, but I definitely I know what's up. You get what I'm saying? I know what's up. I feel like, again, just like people may think it's crazy to feel that way. You know how that whole Cardi, Nicki, they all on the same side if you ask me. Just like the whole Lovely T, Tasha K. Everybody be on the same side of the fence if you ask me. They doing it for clicks and views. I can't tell who is who, to be honest with you. So I definitely find China don't think what you saying is wrong at all. But I do, on YouTube, I do want to do things a little bit differently than I do on Instagram. Because on Instagram, I kind of be like, da, 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 da. I don't want to do that on YouTube. I want to kind of flow with the algorithm. So that's what I'm doing, if y'all can read in between the lines of what I'm saying.
Though, but I can have my opinion on the situation. I don't understand why the opposite opinion always have to be demonized or always have to be looked at as something as disrespectful. Matter of fact, you were the only one disrespectful.
You was talking about Ricky Williams in that dress. He definitely look at him. Ricky Williams definitely looked uncomfortable. He talking about he did it. What did Ricky Williams say? I can't remember why he said he did it and all this, but it looked a mess. It gave Slave Master to me when I saw it. I just was like, ugh. It wasn't a good look at all. It wasn't a good look, you guys.
Pierre yelling all at the camera, leaning forward, calling a man crazy,
blah, blah, blah.
And know that it ain't worth two dead flies smash.
Blah, blah, blah.
You tried the little thug angle.
Blah, blah, blah.
Nah. You want us to start talking about that. That's a teachable moment. What the fuck are we gonna teach him? Please tell me what to say.
So I guess they're referring to, because like I said, I haven't watched any of Kwame's videos in a minute, but I did start to watch this, and I was like, I was going to watch it on live with you guys. I just wanted to really talk about the piece where he was where he said, straight black men don't wear dresses. It's a fact. I don't know where you guys are from, where y'all live, what y'all trying to play with us, with our brains, but we're not going to do it over here on my YouTube channel. We realist over here. Straight black men don't wear dresses or purses. That's just really it. It's nothing more or less to say about it. I don't understand what's funny about it. I don't get what you get from it. What do you get from seeing a straight black man in a dress? I would love for y'all to tell me in the comments when y'all come watch this video for the replay game. What is entertaining about a straight black man in a dress? Please let me know, because it's nothing funny. Don't get me wrong. I laughed at Sinead. Martin was funny. Nutty Professor, mind you, I'm a kid though, so you have to remember this. Those who are my age, we were children. That's how you know they're pandering to children, because a child's sense of humor, it's easier to make a child laugh than the adult. A child think it's funny to see, he just dressing up. Okay, children don't think about it in that light. But if you keep easing it into their brains, then they'll start to think it's normal for men who are supposed to be straight. Mind you, that's really easing you into something else that they're not ready for real. I don't see the entertainment factor in it. It's a mockery, to be honest with you. It's mocking black women. Like I said, when they do it, it's always this ghetto role, the Sinead names. It's always this ghetto role. Why do men like to wear wigs? Why? If you're straight, why do you want to even remember how a couple years ago on Instagram, remember it was this whole group of black men that were just wearing wigs, acting ghetto like a stereotypical black woman. That's what I said. Why is that a cover for ESPN? Like, that's some weird. Like, who would do this? They think it's funny, you guys. The higher ups, another nigger down. That's how they look at it. Oh, we got him. He in that dress again. Oh, we love that. They love that shit. But again, remember a couple years ago, this is about circa 2014, 2015, where all them black boys, what was his name? Eastside, Ivo, and all them boys was wearing, mind you, they're straight men, was wearing the wigs and, you know, doing all those little Instagram skits in the dress, pretending to be stereotypical ghetto black women. Everybody thought it was so funny. Don't get me wrong, I laugh, I kiki too, but then after a while, it got repetitive because so many people were doing it, and everyone wasn't funny. Because I have to be real. At least Martin was funny. Say what y'all want. We have to be honest. Martin was funny. The Shanae Naked, Martin was funny. The Clumps was funny. That's why it worked. Big Mama's House was okay. It worked the first time, but it didn't work the other 2 times. Like Brandon T. Jackson said, it wasn't funny. It wasn't well written. If something is naturally funny, no matter if it's bad or good placement, if it's funny, it'll ride through. Nothing. Right. What's funny? I don't get it. What's entertaining about seeing a black man feminize himself for money? It's nothing funny about it. It's nothing entertaining about it. That's why you know you are pandering to kids, because a child might think that's funny, not a grown-ass woman or man who knows who they are. They're not going to find it funny anymore. But a lot of these people are immature, so that's how that shit go, you know? I know for a fact we're going to touch this video about black men in the dress again, but I just wanted to touch on it because it's a trending topic, and it's just like, niggas been putting on the dress. The white boys too, to be honest. When I did my list, when I actually did compile my list or whatever, it was equal. I honestly could say my list, if you really go and compile your own list, you'll see that it's equal. You'll see that the same amount, it was about the same amount. When I went, I literally wrote down everybody who I knew, black and white, wore the dress, and it really was equal. So I will say, they aren't just putting our men in dresses, but the thing is, when our men who are straight are in the dress, it becomes a huge thing because they're supposed to be straight. Everyone knows, when I was growing up, black men were known as these masculine figures. And as the years go on, they have feminized black men more and more and more. And it's sick. I want to hurry up and try to squeeze in my video for Fat Joe. So I'm about to do that right now, you guys. We'll do a part 2 to this video. Thanks, you guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm about to go live like right now, and we're going to do this Fat Joe video like real quick.